Did you know 5 old-school Soviet exercises can fix almost every mobility problem you're dealing with? So let's jump right in with our first exercise, the Kasac squat. Now, you've probably never even heard of this movement, but strength coaches consider it one of the most effective exercises for hip mobility and leg strength. If you've got tight hips, knee pain, or you feel stiff every time you try to move side to side, this one exercise addresses all of it. Don't worry if you've never done it before, you can easily perform this right at home with no equipment at all. If you sit for long hours throughout the day, you'll definitely want to learn the correct way to do Kasac squats. So here's how you do it. Stand with your feet wide apart, about twice shoulder width. Shift your weight to one side and bend that knee while keeping the other leg completely straight. Lower yourself down as far as you can go on the bent leg while your straight leg stays extended to the side with your toes pointed up. Your bent knee should track over your toes and you can bring your arms out in front for balance. Then push back up to the starting position and shift to the other side. Try to do about 8 to 10 reps per side to start, and then gradually work yourself up to like 12 to 15. Trust me, if you've never done it before, it is not as easy as it looks. Your hips will be challenged in ways they probably haven't moved in years, and your balance will be tested. So you're going to want to start off holding onto something sturdy like a wall or a chair until you build up that mobility and stability. What makes Kasac squats so powerful is that they work your hips through a lateral range of motion that most people never use. We spend all day moving forward and backward, walking, sitting, standing, but we rarely move side to side. Your hip joint is designed to move in multiple directions, and when you never use that lateral movement, the joint gets stiff and your adductors, those inner thigh muscles, become tight and weak at the same time. That's why so many people have trouble with hip pain and lower back problems. By doing Kasac squats regularly, you're essentially teaching your body how to move laterally again. You're strengthening your adductors, improving your hip mobility, and building single leg strength all at once. This lateral strength is crucial for preventing falls and maintaining balance as you age. Think about how often you need to step sideways to catch yourself or reach for something that's exactly the movement pattern this exercise trains. After just a few weeks of doing this exercise, you'll notice that moving side to side feels easier, your hips feel looser, and that nagging tightness starts to fade away. You might even find that activities like getting in and out of cars or pivoting while walking become noticeably smoother. All right, now that we've opened up the hips with some lateral movement, it's time to shift the focus to a position that restores mobility throughout your entire spine. The Jefferson curl takes spinal flexion and turns it into a controlled, progressive movement that builds hamstring flexibility and spinal articulation at the same time. Now, this exercise is great for improving lower back mobility, hamstring flexibility, and spinal control all at once. These are some commonly overlooked areas of the body when people are putting together a mobility routine. By targeting the spine and hamstrings simultaneously in a controlled way, it helps to restore the natural movement patterns your body has lost from years of being afraid to bend forward and round your back. If bending over to pick something up feels scary, or you've experienced lower back pain from simple movements, the Jefferson curl is a must-have in your routine to make you feel younger and more mobile. So let me show you how to do it. Start by standing on a small platform or step with your feet hip-width apart. You can hold a light weight in your hands or just use your body weight to start. Begin by tucking your chin to your chest, then slowly roll down one vertebra at a time, rounding your spine as you go. Think about creating a smooth curve from your neck all the way down to your lower back. Keep your legs straight but not locked, and lower the weight down toward your toes. Go as far as you can while maintaining control and feeling a stretch in your hamstrings. Hold the bottom position for a second, then slowly reverse the movement, stacking your spine back up one vertebra at a time until you're standing tall again. Do about 6 to 8 reps per set. If maintaining your balance is a challenge, just do this on flat ground instead of on a platform until you build up your hamstring flexibility. The key is slow, controlled movement. Avoid bouncing or rushing through this exercise, as that will put unnecessary strain on your spine and reduce the effectiveness of the movement. After just a couple weeks of this exercise, you're going to feel your hamstrings, lower back, and spinal mobility start to really open up. But if this exercise is too challenging for you at first, you can try doing it with bent knees to make the hamstring stretch less intense. I'm pretty sure you're going to be looking forward to the 5th exercise because it's one that dramatically improves your entire upper body in a flowing motion. It's especially helpful for anyone who feels tight in their shoulders and chest, but more on that coming up. Right now, we're at shoulder dislocates. This is simple but incredibly effective. At first glance, it may look like just a basic shoulder stretch, but this movement provides one of the deepest and most effective ways to improve shoulder mobility and range of motion that you can possibly do. It specifically targets the shoulder capsule and all the muscles around your shoulder joint that get tight from modern life. Now, this exercise isn't just about feeling a good stretch, it's about functionality. Your shoulders need to be able to move through a full circular range of motion for healthy aging and injury prevention. When they're restricted, your body compensates by overusing your neck and upper back, which leads to chronic pain and poor posture. Shoulder dislocates not only release that tightness, but they also help restore your shoulders to their full range of motion, which takes pressure off your neck and allows you to reach overhead without pain. So to perform this exercise, grab a broomstick, a dowel, or a resistance band with both hands, using a wide grip that's much wider than shoulder width. Start with the stick in front of your thighs. Keeping your arms straight, slowly raise the stick up and over your head. Then continue the arc backward and down until the stick reaches your lower back behind you. Your arms should make a complete circle. Then reverse the movement and bring the stick back to the front. Now here's where most people make a mistake. They use too narrow of a grip and force their shoulders into positions they're not ready for. Instead, start with a very wide grip, hands near the ends of the stick, and only narrow your grip as your mobility improves over weeks and months. You should feel a stretch in your shoulders and chest, but never pain. Do about 8 to 10 reps per set, moving slowly and controlled. As you grow more mobile, you can gradually bring your hands closer together on the stick. Focus on keeping your arms straight throughout the entire movement and letting your shoulders do all the rotating. Now, if you're someone who deals with chronic back pain, stiff shoulders, or joints that ache every time you move, I want to tell you about something that can help. Doing these 5 exercises is great, but if you want a complete day-by-day program that restores your mobility from head to toe, that's exactly why I created Reboot Your Body. It's a simple step-by-step 30-day program designed to help you move pain-free again so you can get down on the floor with your kids or grandkids, get up without wincing, and actually enjoy being active instead of dreading it. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. Now that we've focused on opening up the shoulders, let's shift gears and dive into a movement that builds posterior chain strength and mobility. The good morning is one of the most effective exercises for strengthening your hamstrings, glutes, and lower back. And it's an area that most people completely neglect. Your posterior chain, that's your hamstrings, glutes, and spinal erectors, is responsible for keeping you upright and protecting your spine during bending movements. When these muscles are weak, your body can't properly hinge at the hips, and you end up rounding your back every time you bend over to pick something up. This leads to disc problems, muscle strains, and chronic lower back pain. This exercise not only strengthens your posterior chain, but it also teaches you the proper hip hinge pattern that's essential for everyday movements. It's particularly helpful for anyone who feels weak in their lower back, has tight hamstrings, or experiences pain when bending forward. Look, if you've ever been afraid to pick something up off the ground because you don't trust your back, this movement right here is essential for rebuilding that confidence and strength. It's also going to transfer over to activities like gardening, playing with kids, and lifting objects safely. Now, I know it looks easy, but I suggest paying close attention to the form. You're going to start by standing with your feet hip-width apart and your hands either behind your head or crossed over your chest. Keep a slight bend in your knees throughout the movement. Now push your hips back and hinge forward at the hips, lowering your torso toward the ground, while keeping your back straight. Think about pushing your butt back toward a wall behind you. Your chest should stay lifted and your spine should maintain its natural curve, no rounding forward. Lower until you feel a stretch in your hamstrings, usually when your torso is about parallel to the ground. Then drive your hips forward and squeeze your glutes to return to the starting position. That's 1 rep. Aim to do about 10 to 12 repetitions per set, and gradually increase the difficulty by adding light weight or going slower through the movement. Avoid rounding your lower back at any point. The entire movement should come from your hips, not your spine. If you feel this exercise mostly in your lower back instead of your hamstrings and glutes, you're probably rounding your back too much. Keep that neutral spine and focus on the hip hinge. When most people try to improve their upper body mobility and strength, they often forget that traditional push-ups only move you in one plane of motion. That's why I saved the Hindu push-up for last. This exercise is a highly effective movement that combines shoulder mobility, spinal extension, and pushing strength all in one flowing motion. This is a simple yet very powerful way to improve your shoulder flexibility, build upper body strength, and increase your spinal mobility. These are all things that lead to living a better life with less pain and more functional movement as you age. So if you struggle with tight shoulders, have trouble getting into positions on the ground, or feel stiffness through your entire upper body, this exercise is a must. Poor shoulder and spinal mobility from years of sitting hunched over leads to compensations throughout your entire body. Hindu push-ups will help restore that mobility and make flowing movement feel natural again. Follow closely how to do it. You're going to start in a downward dog position. That's with your hands and feet on the ground, hips pushed up toward the ceiling, forming an inverted V shape with your body. Your heels can be slightly off the ground. Now swoop your chest forward and down between your hands, almost like you're diving under a low bar. As your chest clears your hands, begin to push your chest up and forward, arching your upper back and looking up toward the ceiling. Your hips should drop down close to the ground, and you'll end in an upward dog position with your chest lifted and your hips low. Then reverse the movement by pushing your hips back up toward the ceiling and returning to that downward dog position. That's 1 repetition. The entire movement should flow smoothly like a wave through your body. This flowing quality is what makes Hindu push-ups so different from traditional exercises. Instead of isolating individual muscles, you're coordinating your entire body to move as one connected unit. This type of training improves not just your strength and mobility, but also your movement quality and body control in ways that carry over to everything you do. You're going to want to avoid letting your hips sag down too low during the transition. The goal is to create a smooth, controlled arc with your body using your shoulders, core, and back muscles to guide the movement. Focus on slow, deliberate movement in order to build strength and mobility at the same time. If you want to challenge yourself, you can try pausing in each position for a breath, or you can add more reps per set. As you get more mobile, you can also try different hand positions or elevate your feet to increase the difficulty. All right, now's the time for me to show you how you can combine these exercises into a very quick and effective routine that you can do every single day. Up first, you're going to do Kasac squats for 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps per side. Start by holding onto something for balance, and then progress to doing them freestanding. Then you're going to do Jefferson curls for 2 sets of 6 to 8 reps. Use just your body weight at first, then add light weight as you get more comfortable. Then over to shoulder dislocates, and you're going to do 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps using a wide grip on a stick or band. After that, we do good mornings for 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps. Focus on that hip hinge and keeping your back straight. And finally, Hindu push-ups, which you're going to do for 2 sets of 6 to 10 reps depending on your strength level. As always, be sure to take your time and breathe through each movement. This isn't a workout where you're trying to rush or break a sweat. In total, this routine takes about 15 to 20 minutes and addresses mobility and strength in your hips, spine, shoulders, and entire posterior chain. These are the 3 areas that cause the vast majority of stiffness and pain that people experience. This routine, consistently done daily or at least 4 to 5 times per week, will yield noticeable results within just a few weeks. You'll feel looser, move easier, and that constant stiffness you've been living with will start to fade away. The key is consistency. These exercises work, but only if you actually do them regularly. Share this video with a friend that you think would also find it to be helpful.